This is Maithili Varun. I am going to do a seminar on the topic user centered approaches to interaction design. User centered approaches to interaction design are at the forefront of creating meaningful and effective digital experiences in today's technology driven world. User centered design places the user at the heart of the design process, ensuring that the resulting products and services are not only functional and aesthetically pleasing but also intuitive, accessible, and tailored to the unique requirements of the individuals who interact with them. This approach seeks to bridge the gap between technology and human interaction by prioritizing empathy, research, and interactive design to develop user friendly solutions that enhance user satisfaction, productivity, and overall well being. Why we should involve users. User centric focus, enhanced user satisfaction, reduced risk of errors, accessibility and inclusivity, empathy and understanding, interactive improvement, market success, cost effective, competitive advantage, ethical considerations. Now we'll see about expectation management. Expectation management is a crucial aspect of the user centered approach to interaction design. Effectively managing user expectations helps build trust, reduce frustration, and enhance the overall user experience. Now we'll see about degrees of involvement. In user-centered approaches to interaction design, there are various degrees of involvement for users and stakeholders. The level of involvement can vary depending on the project goal, resources, and the stage of the design process. Three types of involvement: full time involvement, keeping users informed, not involving users. The first one is full time involvement. The example for full time involvement in a user centered approach to interaction design is the development of the Linux operating system. Linux is an open source, community driven project where users are actively engaged in the design, development, and ongoing improvement of the operating system. The next one is keeping users informed. Imagine a mobile app, let's call it ABC Chat, which is a messaging application used by millions of users. The development team at ABC Chat regularly releases updates to improve the app's performance, security, and features. The next one is not involving. Suppose a small specialized team within a company requires the development of an internal software tool tailored to their unique needs. In this scenario, the team members themselves are highly knowledgeable about the specific processes, requirements, and constraints of their work. What is a user centered approach? A user centered approach, also known as a user centered design or user centric approach, is a design and development methodology that places the needs, preferences, and behaviors of end users at the forefront of the decision making process. The primary focus of a user centered approach is to create products, services, or experiences that are highly usable, accessible, and satisfying for the people who will ultimately interact with them. Focus on users and tasks. Imagine a well established e commerce website that has been in operation for several years. The website owners recognize the need for a redesign to improve the user experience and increase conversion rates. Focusing on users and their tasks, the design team undertakes the following steps: user research, task analysis, user personas, user journeys, information architecture, user centric design, accessibility, usability testing, interactive refinement, monitoring, and analytics. By focusing on users and their tasks throughout the design process, the e commerce website redesign aims to create an experience that aligns with user goals, making it more user friendly and ultimately more successful in terms of user engagement and conversions. User centered approaches. Ethnography. Ethnography is a research method used in a user centered approach to gain deep insights into users' behaviors, needs, and contexts. Long term observations of users in their natural environments gives lots of information about users, their habits, workplaces, and artifacts. Alternative to standard ethnography, the advantage is much shorter time span. Disadvantage is less information gathered. Similarity is usage is observed in the user's natural environment. The difference is broad questions are asked about use in short interviews instead of long term observation. When to use? When you need to quickly identify the context in which a product will be used. Participatory design. Participatory design, often abbreviated as PD, is an approach to designing products, services, or systems that actively involves the end users, stakeholders, or other relevant parties in the design and decision making processes. The central idea is to ensure that the final design reflects the needs, preferences, and experiences of the people who will use or interact with the end product. Participatory design can be applied to various domains, including software development, urban planning, healthcare, and more. An example of participatory design in a user centric approach to interactive design is the redesign of a public library website. The scenario is redesign of a public library website. Imagine a public library that aims to improve its website to better serve its deserved user community. To ensure the website meets the needs and preferences of its patrons, the library decides to implement a participatory design approach. The first one is user workshops. The library organizes workshops where library patrons, including students, seniors, and families, are invited to participate. Co creation of website features. Participants in the workshops collaborate with designers and developers to brainstorm ideas and co create new website features. Usability testing. As the design process progresses, users are invited to participate in the usability testing sessions. Feedback loops. Throughout the design process, the library maintains open communication with users, updating them on progress and seeking feedback on design decisions, visual elements, and content. Inclusivity. The library ensures that the participatory design process is inclusive, considering the needs of all the users, including those with the disabilities. Prototype development. Prototypes of the new website are created based on the co created ideas and user feedback. Testing across devices. The website is tested for compatibility across various devices such as a desktop, computer, tablet, laptop, and smartphones. Launch and ongoing feedback. Once the redesigned website is launched, users are encouraged to continue providing feedback on their experiences. Through this participatory design process, the library ensures that the website is tailored to the specific needs and preferences of its user community, resulting in an interactive platform that is more user centric, accessible, and enjoyable for all library users. The next one is contextual design. Contextual design is a user centric design method that focuses on understanding the context in which the users will interact with a product or system. It emphasizes deep empathy for users and aims to create solutions that fit seamlessly into their daily lives. Here's how contextual design is applied in the user centric design of an interactive product. Scenario is developing a mobile banking app. Suppose a bank is developing a new mobile banking app to provide a user friendly and secure way for customers to manage their accounts, make transactions, and access financial information. Contextual design is used to create a user centric and effective app. Work modeling. Work modeling refers to the process of creating representations or models that depict how work is performed within an organization. These models helps to understand, analyze and optimize business processes and workflows. There are several types of work modeling, each with its own focus and purpose. Here are some common types of work modeling: flow charts, process maps, swim lane diagrams, data flow diagrams, Gantt charts, use case diagrams. Condensed contextual inquiry. It is alternative to the contextual design. The advantage is shorter time span. Disadvantage is fewer concerns addressed. Similarity. Interviews based on a clearly defined set of concerns. Difference. Concerns are constrained to key issues. When to use, validate effectiveness of an alternative released product to identify future improvements. Contextual design, participatory design, and ethnography are related but distinct approaches used in user centered design and research. Each approach focuses on understanding users, their needs, and their context, but they employ different methods and have specific emphasis. Conclusion. All agree that involving users is beneficial to the project, expectation management, feeling of ownership. The question is how and when. User centered approaches require gathering and interpreting much information about the user's world. Ethnography is about detail, while design is about abstraction. They don't immediately comply. Pictive and card are both participatory design techniques that empower users to take active part in the design. Contextual design is a method that provides models and techniques for gathering user data and representing it in a form suitable for practical design. Thank you.